Hi, it's Lisa from the Dog Play and Learning Centre here with another vlog, and today we're talking about dogs and mental health. So dogs' brains are very similar to humans. They're not as big as ours and they don't have as many folds. Their frontal lobe section is a lot smaller than ours, therefore they do not process reasoning, logic in the way that we do. However, the brains are similar, so therefore they do suffer from a lot of the same things that we do, which is anxiety and depression. So as we know, the more we progress with things, the more we learn about things. Some people do think it's a bit airy-fairy, dogs, depression, what next? Well, actually, it's true. So a lot of people will say that dog's dominant, that dog's, needs to be taught a lesson. You need to be the pack leader and show that dog who's boss. That dog will then respect you and feel better. Dogs need to know their places. Actually, if you've got a dog that's suffering from anxiety or depression, you're only going to make matters worse. Why do we want to go in with a heavy hand? Well, we don't, because we're just going to increase the anxiety, increase the depression. Dogs that behave in a way that we perhaps might deem aggressive or out of control, out of character for your dog at times, we're really quick as humans to put labels on it, but a lot of the time it can be that the dog is anxious or it can be that the dog is depressed. And much with humans, I think there's been a massive drive over the last, decade anyway, for, to hit home to people about brains and the fact that people do suffer from mental health conditions and they shouldn't just be left like you wouldn't leave a broken arm. If you've got toothache, you would take a painkiller type thing. It's not about just being very British and just soldiering on. So if your dog has any of these issues and you then take the approach whereby, right, we're going to sort this dog out, we're going to show the dog who's boss, you can often make matters worse. So these dogs that are coming from abroad, they tend to come with a lot of stress. Of course it would be very stressful for us to move countries when we don't know what's going on. We're perhaps put in a dark van, all the noises, the other dogs are stressed, so they're all feeding off each other. So we've got, I think the numbers I was told today is there's about 600 dogs arriving in the UK each week from abroad. It's a lot of dogs and it's a lot of stressful dogs. It's not just to say that mental health, anxiety and depression in dogs only focuses on foreign dogs or rescue dogs. It doesn't. It can affect any dog. And the reason it can affect your dog is perhaps your dog's not getting enough sleep. Your dog might not be on the best diet. Your dog might not be getting sniffing and enrichment within their lives. They might not be doing breed specific activities. So for example, collies need to, they're born with that need to control movement. If that's switched on in them, they really need to be able to practice that, otherwise they can become frustrated. And this is often where, with all breeds, not just collies, we see things play out in the house that we deem unacceptable, but actually it's through frustration or anxiety, which then leads to depression in our dogs. So is there something we can do about this? Absolutely. We want our dogs to be fit and to be healthy in body and in mind. So what we're offering at the Play and Learning Centre is the chance to book sessions where your dog can go through proprioception, which is canine movement. We all know that dopamine filters through our brains when we perform exercises, when we're at the gym, or even if we're just having a nice walk, which a lot of people have done over the last wee while. This is the exact same for dogs. So at the Play and Learning Centre, we want to incorporate play and therapy so that dogs come in and we can really help them. We can teach the owners to understand what's going on with the dog's brains. That, like our brains, is really, really important. If you are unsure if your dog's got issues, you can get in touch with us. You can take your dog to the vet. There are medications that can be prescribed, but we just want people to be aware that dogs do suffer from anxiety and depression like in humans. It's a horrible thing to go through, especially if you don't understand it and you can't articulate. They can't tell us that's how they're feeling. So if we're able to try and give our dogs as much positivity and enrichment as we can in our lives, it certainly benefits them. And often it can be one of the reasons why you can have behavioural issues with your dog. So if you've got any queries about that topic, do get in touch with us because we would love to help you.